Hey, this is Brandon. I am going to do task one of the two choices, and I'm going to use the article about application to students with traumatic brain injury as my evidence-based practices. I'll also be using information from our textbooks along with that article. So I'm going to show you the background of my activity and what is going on. So we need to use our imaginations. So I'm teaching a third grade physical education class with a student named Barry that has a traumatic brain injury. Barry has trouble balancing at times and has had head surgery done in the past. So any hit to the head could be a big problem. So we need to be very careful in what we do. All right, so Barry also gets overwhelmed and has mood swings. So during the skills, what we are going to do is we're learning how to dribble a soccer ball properly. So there are different parts of this activity. Number one is dribbling the ball with only our right foot, and then we switch it up with our left foot, and then we get technical and we go left foot, right foot, all the way back and forth, and then we can zigzag through cones. So there's multiple steps and it gets kind of confusing. And the goal is to keep the ball as close to our feet as possible throughout the drill, so don't kick it really hard. So I start the class is going, and I look over at Barry and he seems like he is having a hard time with dribbling the ball close to his feet. And from his looks, he's looking a little bit overwhelmed, like too much information is going on, and what I need to do is simplify it. So I will use direct instruction as evidence-based practice with Barry and motivate him. I will then break down the skill for Barry by slowing down the pace of the drill so he can have more control. I will then model the skill for Barry so he can observe. I can also provide Barry guided practice in a form of a checklist with cues next time we have class. So he can look at that checklist. Once he gets the skills, he can continue to build on those skills. So according to the article, in doing direct instruction can help master skills and concepts for students. During the article, it didn't talk anything about PE, but I can see how I can link this to PE and break it down more for students who are having trouble or are just overwhelmed. Also with Barry, he has a head injury, if you remember from before. If he gets hit in the head with a soccer ball or something bad happens with balance and he falls over, it could be really bad. So slowing it down for him, separating each student with their own cones can avoid soccer balls from flying into other people's areas and maybe hitting them in the head. So making the scene and the activity more safe for Barry. I can also use cognitive strategy, which the article goes over. It talks about having more one-on-one teaching with that student to get that mastery level. So to wrap it up, it's just very important for me to have that one-on-one communication with Barry, and I can motivate him to keep going if he's feeling down and out, and I can also break down the skill to make it more doable, make it more simple so it doesn't seem complex. We can start working out one thing at a time. First, we can work on, the pace. We don't have to go all out. We need to be in control so we can balance better so we don't fall over. And we just want to keep the ball close to us. And also, I can model the skills for Barry is the other one. To show him exactly what I want to see and break it down even further so he doesn't feel so overwhelmed.